The world's biggest tournament is coming, and the official FIFA World Cup 26 try-under competition ball is here at the Goal 90 shop. Designed for the game's biggest stage, it's built for precision, speed and control. Right now, you can make it yours with 30% off plus free shipping. Don't just watch the World Cup, own a piece of it. Visit goal90.shop today and order now. In football, money doesn't always buy you happiness, especially when a cheaper alternative comes along and solves everything. From a record-breaking waste to the stuff of general memes, these are the 7 times a small signing totally overshadowed a big signing, and there's no better place to start than the man making Liverpool's record signing seem like a huge waste. Ekitike and Isak. This summer Liverpool went all out. Over £400 million spent on new signings this season, and £125 million out of that was spent on finally getting the target they'd been dreaming of all summer. Alexander Isak from Newcastle in a record-breaking deal. It finally happened, but ever since then, it hasn't exactly gone to plan for the Reds, especially with the form the other striker they signed this summer has been in. Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt for £79 million. The difference has been clear. Where Isak has struggled with fitness issues and looks like he doesn't fit the part at Liverpool, Ekitika has been a sparkling revelation. It took him just 50 minutes to bag a goal and an assist on his Premier League debut for the club, scored a week before that in the Community Shield final. 7 goal contributions in 14 games. As of recording this, that's a goal contribution every 2 games. Isak, a goal against Southampton. End of stat. Whoever said AI is taking jobs must still be stuck in last season, because Ekitika is the real deal and £56 million cheaper too. It feels like reading a familiar script with this one and Liverpool. Getting a striker from Newcastle they didn't really need after a cheaper alternative starts paying off. It's happening with Ekitike and Isak now, and it happened over 14 seasons ago with another duo, Luiz Suarez and Carroll. In the crazy domino transfer window of January 2011, Liverpool got a bargain, just not the one they were expecting. The Reds sold Fernando Torres to Chelsea for a then British record transfer fee of £50 million, and to replace him, they got Carroll from Newcastle for £35 million. A £15 million profit with a player who wanted to play for them. Seems like a steal, but the real steal was the £22.8 million Luiz Suarez they got from Ajax at the time. Carroll, he played 58 games for Liverpool, scored 11 goals and 6 assists, and was eventually sold for £15 million. A £20 million loss with no real return on the investment due to his injuries and never really fitting into the system. Luiz Suarez, once he got going, he didn't stop. 133 games, 82 goals and 31 assists, tied the then joint Premier League record for the most goals in a season with 31 in the 2013-14 campaign, and eventually got sold to Barcelona in the summer of 2014 for £75 million, a £52.2 million profit. Yeah, clear winner. Switch the focus over to Chelsea, and the same thing happened a couple of years back. Giroud and Morata, 2017/18. Chelsea entered that campaign as defending champions and were eager to make a statement. They'd lost main striker Diego Costa in the summer after he and the then head coach Antonio Conte fell out, so Conte and Chelsea decided to splash the cash and get a new centre forward, £60 million. That's how much they signed Alvaro Morata that summer. To sum up his time at Chelsea in one phrase, hit YouTube and use the search keywords Alvaro Morata miss versus. The results are never ending. When Morata failed, Chelsea soon realised that they had more than a solid option consigned to a backup role. That same summer, they also signed Olivier Giroud from Arsenal for £18 million, and he gradually went from being a backup to an important part of a Chelsea team that won both the Europa League and the Champions League in the space of 2 years. So how did the two stack up against each other? In 72 games at Chelsea, Morata scored 24 goals and bagged 6 assists, won the FA Cup and left for Atletico Madrid after a season and a half. Giroud, on the other hand, played 119 times for Chelsea, scored 39 goals and 14 assists for the club, won the FA Cup, the Champions League and the Europa League, as well as the UEFA Super Cup, and eventually left to join AC Milan in Serie A. Maybe it was never meant to be for Morata, or maybe he didn't fit the system and Giroud did. It's a kind of debate that Arsenal fans were having after just one season featuring a failed record transfer and a Brazilian steal, Gabriel Martinelli and Nicolas Pepe. In 2019, after years of playing cheap, Arsenal decided to spend heavily in the transfer window. They broke the club record fee to sign Nicolas Pepe from Lille that summer in a move that was supposed to take both the player and the club to the next level, £72 million. But considering how it turned out, it was a flop. On the other hand, in his first season at the club, Gabriel Martinelli was a spark of hope. He cost the Gunners just £6 million from Ituano, and by the end of his first campaign, he'd bagged 16 goal contributions, all before turning 19. Double digits in goal contributions in the Premier League as well. Martinelli's still at Arsenal. He's already passed the 50-plus goal mark at the club, providing big moments in key games as well. Nicolas Pepe, on the other hand, since leaving Arsenal, had stints at Nice and Trabzonspor before attempting to rediscover himself at Villarreal. It took the Gunners £66 million to find out. Still, Pepe had some sort of impact at the club, even if it was very minimal. In this next case, the difference between the two players couldn't have been any bigger: Thuram and Douglas Luiz. In the 2024 summer window, Juventus wanted to rebuild its squad, particularly in midfield. They wanted to make a statement, so they came to the Premier League and got one of the best midfielders outside the top six, Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa, for €50 million. At the time, the price tag seemed justifiable. Douglas Luiz seemed like the complete midfielder. He could score 9 goals for Villa in his final season before joining Juve, assist, tackle, cover hard yards, and pretty much do everything. In the same window, Juve also signed Thuram for €20 million, but the hype was clearly with Douglas Luiz, until it wasn't. Arguably the biggest flop of not just Juve, but the entire Serie A window. Douglas Luiz only started 3 games in Serie A out of 19 appearances. When he did play, if he wasn't conceding back-to-back penalties, he looked like he didn't fit in. For €30 million less, Thuram was an absolute bargain. Alongside Manuel Locatelli, they became the first-choice duo in midfield for Juventus. Thuram is still running the show for Juve in midfield. Douglas Luiz left after just 1 season to join Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. Skill issue? Nah. It was just down to who wanted it more. It wasn't the case from 2009 to 2012 though, when a former Ballon d'Or winner got upstaged by a German genius, Kaka and Ozil. Real Madrid had assembled another Galactico transfer window that year: Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, Xabi Alonso, and to complete the set, for €67 million from AC Milan, the 2007 Ballon d'Or winner Kaka. Unfortunately for Kaka though, injuries limited his game time severely, and at Real Madrid, it was either it worked out early or didn't. No time for emotions, and so in the next summer window, for just €15 million, Real Madrid had identified a cheaper replacement: Mesut Ozil from Werder Bremen. The outcomes, considering the status of both players, couldn't have been any different. Where Kaka constantly battled injuries before leaving in 2013, Mesut Ozil in 3 years racked up 28 and 25 assists respectively. Could have made the top spot, but at number 1, it's the PSG summer window of 2017/18 that showed the world the two sides of big money transfers. Mbappe and Neymar. PSG shocked the world in the summer of 2017. They splashed €180 million to sign an 18-year-old wonder kid from Monaco, Kylian Mbappe. It should have been the top news of that summer, but for PSG, it was second by a long shot, because in first place was the transfer that broke football. They signed Neymar from Barcelona in the same window for €222 million, the world record fee for a player in the game. Considering how they both turned out, it's crazy. Neymar didn't do badly at PSG, 118 goals and 79 assists in 173 games at the club, but Kylian Mbappe was on another level, 352 goals and 132 assists in 456 games for PSG, the all-time top scorer at the club. Oh, and unlike Neymar, he didn't have as many injury problems or off-the-pitch drama. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that subscribe button to Goal 90 for more videos like this.